Why don't you want to start it today? Like, why are we waiting for Monday? Why are we waiting for what we feel like is a fresh start? How often do we do that? I'm gonna wait for Monday, I'm gonna wait for next month, I'm gonna wait for next year, because we feel like, well, the time has passed, right? We're in the middle of the week, I don't want to start anything new. Why not? Hey guys, it's Dr. Sonia here with Jump First. Say it with me. Done is better than perfect. Master one thing at a time. Practice makes better. And this has to work. Let's get it. Hello, what is going on? Awesome party peeps. It's Dr. Sonia here with Jump First. Happy Friday to you. All right, bringing more inspiration today. I feel like this whole week has been a lot of inspiration, okay, for getting you started, getting you going, especially when it comes to premium courses, luxury coaching, and mentorship brands. If you don't know what we do here, we talk all things premium courses, luxury coaching, mentorship brands, and how you can take what it is that you know and package that into a course that you can give to the rest of the world, okay? So spreading your message to the rest of the world, global impact is what we're all about. If that is something that you enjoy or something that you're looking to do now, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button, like button, bell notifications, so you know when more episodes like this drop. Speaking of now, okay, that's the topic for today. What is taking you so long? What are you waiting for? Okay, what's keeping you stuck in start? All of those things. And I want to talk about it today. What's going on? Tasha and Taste of Tea Salon in the building. I love my mentees in the building. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Tate, what's going on? See you, Tate, for insurance. Good morning. Happy Friday. It's good to see you on as well. I appreciate you all being here. All right, let's jump into this thing. Okay, like, what is stopping you from getting started right now? Today is so much easier. Okay, easier. It's so easy, so much easier. This is my second cup of coffee, so we in there. But it's so much easier for us to make the same choice today as we made yesterday, right? Like, how easy is it to stay in the habit, to stay in the flow of what we're so comfortable doing, what we've been so used to doing? You have to create the space and time and resources to do something different. I know this is something that we hear often, especially if you're in a space of, I don't believe anything happens by accident. So if you've been in a space of like, I need to change something, I need to do something different, and you're hearing this message and it's not the first time that you've heard this message, okay, it means that you are attracting these types of messages to start to get yourself moving out of where you currently are. Like, nothing happens by accident, okay? So what you say that you want is possible. It's likely that you need to make a change. So what happens is, it's a biological situation happening, right, as well as a mental thing. And this is why when people say mindset is everything, I feel like we heard that maybe like 5 years ago, 7 years ago, 9, 10 years ago, right? And I believed it at that time. I was like, yeah, mindset is everything. But it's really only half of the equation. A lot of times it's your habit sets that are keeping you where it is that you are. Again, making the same decisions, the same choices day in and day out. And even if you feel like, well, I thought something different than I do yesterday, or this isn't the same choice that I'm making today than I made yesterday, I'm doing something different. Is it actually something that's productive to your goal, to what it is that you say you want to accomplish, or what it is that you say you want to change? I'll give you an example real quick. So I am really into health and fitness. I take it super serious. I'm usually at the gym at least 6 days a week, okay? I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that because it's become a habit for me. It's actually ingrained as a part of my personality now, but it didn't always start that way. Even going to the gym regularly, I love to take new challenges, right, that maybe I'll find online. I find fitness trainers online that I like to follow and invest in. Pro tip, please be mindful where you're investing your dollars. Pay attention to who you're investing into, okay, and what you're investing into. I think that's very, very important. Make sure that people's goals, beliefs, desires, all those things, like their ethics and morals line up with yours, all right? So I like to find different trainers online sometimes and take these challenges, even though I have a home gym. And so I ended up yesterday, I was like, I'm gonna start a new challenge. What's going on, Liza? I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Liza May, hello. I was like, I'm gonna start a new challenge on Monday. I said this to myself yesterday. I'm gonna start a new challenge on Monday. It's a 14-day challenge. It's a core ab challenge. Okay, summertime is here. I saw a meme, by the way. This is a side note. I saw a meme on, I think it was Instagram, and somebody said, I don't remember who the original author is, but like, your summer body should be in the crock pot right now. And I thought that was hilarious. So anyway, there's this core ab training that I wanted to start, and I was like, I'm gonna start it on Monday. And I had to check myself, because I'm like, well, why don't you want to start it today? Like, why are we waiting for Monday? Why are we waiting for what we feel like is a fresh start? How often do we do that? I'm going to wait for Monday. I'm going to wait for next month. I'm going to wait for next year, because we feel like, well, the time has passed, right? We're in the middle of the week. I don't want to start anything new. Why not? Why not? Somebody else constructed the days of the week. Somebody else constructed the monthly calendar year that we go by. Like, there are other cultures, plenty of other cultures that don't follow the same calendar year that we do. Okay, so it's all made up. It's completely up to you to decide when you are going to start. There's nothing wrong with starting right now today where it is that you are. In fact, if you want change to be possible, you're going to have to get that momentum behind you in the first place. Again, it's not just about your mindset, it's your habit set. It's biology as well. If you're doing the same thing day in and day out, okay, your brain is literally, if I feel like your brain knows, even though we tell our brains what to do and we are in control of our minds, I truly believe that. Your brain knows when you're ready to make a change, and it produces chemicals that enable you to go ahead and make that change. So if you're doing the same exact thing every day, but you're not really changing your habits, meaning you're not changing what you're physically doing, then you're telling your brain literally, I'm not ready to make this change, right? If you're sitting up watching TV with the remote, let's keep it real, with a bag of chips, okay? Your pet, whether it's a dog, cat, whatever it is, and this is something that you do day in and day out, okay? That's your norm, and you're sitting there with the remote control in your hand going, I'm gonna make a change. Your brain is gonna be like, no, you're not. Right? You're not ready for the change. If you take the same route to work every day, right? It's the same thing. Taking the same route to work every day, but you know you hit traffic, you know it irritates you at the same time almost every day. Don't you want to take a different route? Right? At some point, aren't you going to take a different route? But how often do we do that when we're so used to taking the same route, when we're so ingrained in the habit, okay, that we just keep doing the same thing over and over again, round and round in circles? It's kind of like that. And so you have to be intentional about, I'm going to get up, okay, and I'm going to go do this thing. And a lot of some of the people that I like to watch in regards to this, I love to watch Dr. Joe Dispenza, okay? He talks about this a lot, like this mind-body connection. And a lot of now let me like take this back for a second. I talked about this yesterday and I'll link it somewhere above my head, okay? When you are listening to other people, please, my mom, my aunties, my grandma used to tell me this all the time at church. If it's a preacher up there that you don't like necessarily, right? Or they're saying some weird, crazy things, but some of what they're saying is applicable to your situation, your life, you eat the meat and you leave the bones. So you may not like everything that everybody has to say, but if some of it is for you and it applies, then take it, okay, and run with it. And so I love that there's a mind-body connection in Dr. Joe's work, because I love the science of it all. Like, I'm a very hands-on person. If you don't know, I did biology. I studied biology for 3.5 years in college before I figured out I really wanted to go into humanities. I love the lab work for biology. I didn't like the repetition. I didn't like regurgitating information. So that's one of the reasons I got out. Also, we started cutting stuff open and there was blood, and I was like, nah. Right? I don't want to be a pediatrician anymore. Don't want to be a medical doctor. Let me go into humanities and get my doctorate that way. So that was very important to me. What's going on, y'all? Saruto, what's going on? Good to see you on as well. And so again, you listen to some things that makes sense. And so Dr. Joe's work to me makes sense. I like that it's grounded in science. I also take it and apply my spirituality to it, right? So if I say I want to make a change, then it's totally up to me to start combining the science back stuff, my body. I got to get my body in motion. I got to get my mind in motion. Okay. And I got to trust God with the direction that he's taking me. I got to pray. All right. I got to pray on what it is that I'm supposed to be doing. And I know this to be true. true. I was going to say, I feel like, I think that. No, I know this to be true. If God gives you a purpose, if he gives you something, a vision for something, it's because you can do it. It's because you're supposed to be doing it, especially if you cannot let it go. Now, if you don't know how to do it, all right, there's too many resources out here that are going to help you achieve a goal, that are going to help you get the thing that you actually want. So some people, let me like say this, all right, I'm going to put this here in love. Sometimes we go so hard to make our excuses right, okay? That's the thing, especially as high achievers, high performers. We go hard to make our excuses right, even when they're wrong. Like, your excuses, a lot of times, excuses are the things that are stopping you from getting what it is that you want. And they are not right. Again, going back to my example from yesterday, I'm like, why can't I start this challenge today? Why do I have to wait for Monday? What is the actual excuse? Am I just don't feel like it? Is it just the perception of a fresh start, right? All of these are excuses. And if I had continued down that pathway, allowing that to stop me to take the action yesterday, which I did, ended up taking the action yesterday and starting this 14-day challenge, I wouldn't have gotten started on Monday, because maybe I would have found another excuse and made it right. I'm too tired to start this week. I have too many other things going on. I just can't afford it right now. And here's my thing. I'm very empathetic and compassionate for people who are looking for resources but don't necessarily have the means to grab hold of the resource. Here's my thing though. There are other resources, okay? So we can't continue to use that as an excuse. Like, free resources are available. There's Google, all right? Like, straight up. You're watching videos like this on YouTube. There's tons of information out there. And then when you're ready, you jump into mentorship. Now, pro tip for your premium courses, you have to know who it is that you are marketing to and who it is that you are attracting. So there's one thing to not have the resources to get what it is that you want in this moment, but you can still be taking steps towards getting them. It's a whole other thing to make an excuse about not having the resources when you know you have the means to get the resources. Figure it out, especially if you are investing in something that is going to bring it right back to you. The return on investment is what we call that, right? And also continue to bring that income back into you, okay? The financial resources specifically I'm talking about here. So sometimes we make up stuff. I remember when I was working my 9 to 5, I had to get out of that mindset where I was making up. I mean, it was so easy for me to find the resources for the things I wanted to do. We always do, right? We find the means for the things that we want to do. We don't make excuses when it comes to the things that we want to do, the things that we want to have. And so working my 9 to 5, I would do that all the time. I'd be like, you know what? I'm just going to budget this differently so I can go hang out with my friends, or so I can go do this, or so I can make that purchase over there. Okay. Coming into my business, especially the first couple of years, I will say this, making the return on my investments and also going above and beyond what I thought was possible, I made sure that I invested that back into the business because I wanted to scale my systems. And this is why I say I teach what I know. I don't teach what I don't know. So I know about scaling systems. I know that systems can work because I use them in my business. But initially, getting started, I had to discipline myself to go, hey, now wait a minute. What do I actually want? Am I going to continue to make excuses? Because there's a different mindset that happens when you come from corporate into entrepreneurship, into business, right? And so disciplining myself to go, hey, I want to be able to reinvest what I'm making back into my business because long-term vision, because I know that doing this will enable me to create the systems, invest in the mentorship that I need, create the systems that I need that allow me the freedom for forever, okay, to continue to grow, to continue to scale. And I'm not just talking about financial freedom, I'm talking about time freedom too. All right, like to me, that is peace of mind to me. To be able to chill and hop on here and hang out with y'all like when I want to be able to go to the gym when I feel like it, to be able to, one of my friends calls me up or my sisters and say, hey, you want to grab lunch or you want to go out here? Yeah, let's do it. To be able to hop on a flight, like whenever you want to, like that's the freedom, okay? To be able to chill, hang out, be there for family members in time of need, friends, all of those things, like that's real freedom. And those are the systems that I was focused on building very early on in my business so that I could be able to do this today, all right? So I hope that this is helpful. Okay, no more excuses. Let's like not fighting for the excuses to be right. That's the deeper piece of it, right? Like not just not making the excuses, but not fighting yourself to make the excuses right. Like if the excuse is wrong, it's wrong. And most excuses are wrong. Let's keep it real. All right. Chad says, my excuses are damaging our relationship. I hope that you can get that together, okay? And not make the excuses right. I appreciate you being transparent and hilarious, and lightening up the mood today on this channel. I appreciate all of y'all for being here. If you're not subscribed yet, then please hit the subscribe button, like button, bell notification so we can hang out and you'll be notified when new episodes like this drop as well. I love hanging out with y'all. If you're interested in packaging your courses and you do not know how to get started and you're done making excuses about it because you've been thinking about this course for too long, then go to jumpfirstacademy.org. Again, it's jumpfirstacademy.org in order to get started. The link is in the description. When you get there, you'll see a training. It's going to enable you to really take charge of your pathway to success. That's what I'm about at Jump First and Jump First Academy. You determine your pathway to success. I'm just here to provide the resources, all right, and help guide you along the way. So there are free resources. There are also paid resources. You can get started again at jumpfirstacademy.org and you decide which route you want to go. But the resources at jumpfirstacademy.org are free. The link is in the description, along with additional resources to help you get started. If you're interested in skipping the training and you know you want to work with me, you're ready to get the course done and you want to jump in with both feet to get that done, then go to jumpfirstacademy.org/apply to schedule a call. Okay, I love y'all so much. Thank you, Tasha. I appreciate you having my back. I love my mentees. All right, y'all, I am out of here. Happy Friday to you. Let's carry this energy into today. And also, again, share this with somebody else who might need some inspiration, some encouragement, okay? Who might need to hear something that's going to go, I got it. So they can get over their excuses too and stop making them right, okay? And get the thing that they actually want to achieve. I love y'all so much.